Hey everybody. So to get you ready for my Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 movie review, I'm going to review the first 7 Harry Potter films. And not so much review them as more as just give a personal reflection on them. If you've seen this video on Facebook, it's pretty much the same thing. I know I posted that one a while back, but I really want to talk about the first 7 films before I talk about the new one. And I should say the last one too. So to start out this review, I'm going to talk about, or this video I should say, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Actually, I'll put this into perspective as, since I've seen Deathly Hallows Part 2 when I filmed this video review, I'll talk about it from the entire series perspective. This is probably my third favorite Harry Potter film. I thought the series started out really, really good. It had a really promising story. The effects and the elements of the story were really interesting and new at the time. This is probably my third favorite Harry Potter film. Next we have, most of you probably already know the series, so Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Not as good as Sorcerer's Stone, but I really did enjoy this film quite a bit. And after seeing Deathly Hallows Part 2, I can see where all the connections come in, like, what's the deal with the Sword of Gryffindor, and like the Chamber of Secrets itself, Tom Riddle's diary. It really all makes sense by the time you watch Deathly Hallows Part 2. And I think even though this one wasn't as good as Sorcerer's Stone, there's still a lot of important things that happen in this one. This one was also the first Harry Potter film to have Dobby in it. Looking at the rest of the series here, this is probably my, let's see, roughly my fifth or fourth favorite Harry Potter film, so not specific on this one. Next, we do have the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the third story. This is personally my least favorite Harry Potter film. I think what I didn't like about this one as much was I didn't like how Harry got the firebolt at the end of the story. I thought that was very almost unrespectful from Alfonso Cuarón. I thought if he really understood the story, he would have understood that Harry got the firebolt at the middle of the story, not at the end. I also felt that there was a lot of scenes in this film that just could have been more interesting than they were. The scene where Sirius Black and Peter Pettigrew in that house, it was just a really dull scene. It just didn't feel as alive as it should have. The absence of Voldemort in this one was too obvious. It just didn't feel like a Harry Potter film because of the lack of Voldemort. Um, the Hippogriff was interesting, but there was just so many more interesting things throughout the series that was better than that. Um, my least favorite Harry Potter movie, but it's still good. Like I said, all these movies are good. Um, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is probably my second favorite Harry Potter movie. I just thought Mike Newell did a great job with knowing that he had, 2 hours and 50 minutes to tell this really, really long story. This was a long book, by the way, too, if you didn't know that. Um, yeah, I just thought what Mike Newell had for his material, he did a great job with it. He made the dragon fight fun. He made the gillyweed scene fun. The maze at the end was fun. I mean, this was just a really fun Harry Potter movie, and the visual effects were great. Harry was really starting to grow more mature in this one, and I really liked that. A bunch of the new characters were interesting. It was just a really, really well done Harry Potter movie. Then we had Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the fifth story. This is probably my second least favorite Harry Potter film. It just, like I said with Prisoner of Azkaban, it just didn't feel as alive as some of the other ones. It wasn't as high spirited. It just wasn't as fun. Even though there are a lot of references in this film that are important in Deathly Hallows Part 2, that's really where this film only becomes important because of those scenes in Deathly Hallows Part 2. And even before I saw the last movie, it just didn't feel as special to me. It just, it needed that extra oomph, and it just never did it. Then we had Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This one was a lot better than Order of the Phoenix and Prisoner of Azkaban. I would actually say this one was actually a little bit better for me than Chamber of Secrets. And even though Chamber of Secrets had a lot of very important scenes in it, I thought Half Blood Prince was also almost equally as important, if not more important. Um, I liked how this one introduced the Horcruxes, which was very, very important for the last story. Um, Half Blood Prince was a very good Harry Potter movie. Then we had Deathly Hallows Part 1. And this is the last one I will review for this video. Um, this was a good movie. I mean, it didn't seem as fun as Half Blood Prince, and it didn't seem as fun as like Goblet of Fire or Sorcerer's Stone. But to prepare you for the last one, this one did a great job with getting you hyped for the last one, which was definitely worth all your time and money. Um, I liked how, in a way, David Yates, who directed this one, Half Blood Prince, Order of the Phoenix, and the last story, um, I liked how he divided Deathly Hallows into two movies. I thought that, he realized, the first half of Deathly Hallows is almost a giant escape. It's Harry realizing that these Horcruxes are the key to killing Voldemort, and it's important that he seeks them down. And then Deathly Hallows Part 2 this is the final showdown. This is it. If Harry messes up, everybody's gone. It was just, so important. So Deathly Hallows Part 1, I will give a huge thumbs up to, simply because, it got us ready for Part 2, which was the huge payoff at the end. So stay tuned. I have my Deathly Hallows Part 2 review coming soon. I'm hoping to upload that video after this one. So thank you guys. Here are all the Harry Potter movies, and I hope to see you all at my Deathly Hallows Part 2 movie review.